Today's readings are Ephesians 4 1 7 through 11 13. As a prisoner for the Lord, then I urge you to live a life worthy of calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called to one hope when you were called, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God, the Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all. But each one of us grace has given us as Christ appertained to you. So Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors, the teachers, to equip his people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may build up until we all reach unity in the faith and the knowledge of the Son of God, and bearing come mature, attaining the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Today's gospel is the calling of Matthew. As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting in the tax collector booth. "Follow me," he told him. And Matthew got up and followed him. While Jesus was having dinner at Matthew's house, many tax collectors and sinners came and ate, and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw this, they asked his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." The Gospel of the Lord. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this time we got a lot of shorts reading, or I was just speaking faster. But I want to talk about the calling of Matthew. The calling of Matthew is like one of the biggest callings, not just because every apostles or disciples calling was like big and important, but Matthew, it is like thought that he's the only one who just no hesitation just got up and go. Like he was like with people, like he was a tax collector. Tax collectors were very hated. They were treated like dogs. Like people who were seen with the tax collectors, their life was basically ruined, and they were saw with a tax collector. Like his father of Matthew like rejected him and didn't want him in his home, because he would tell Matthew, "I have no son, my son is dead," around those lines, and Matthew would be very broken, like just because I wanted this job, like that. It's very true. The Jews hated tax collectors because they helped Rome like collect their taxes and stuff. But Jesus was with them, and the Pharisees were like, "Why does your teacher with tax collectors?" Because it's not the righteousness that need help, but the sick. Like, if you're very lost, like you need help, but like if you're on the right track, why would someone just stop and help? They see you with the map, like you're fine. You can get yourself out of like being lost, but people without a map need help. Like they need, maybe like get the spare map or something. That's like one of the examples I thought, or I just came up with it. But like you get the point. Like people don't like just need help because they need it. People need help if they're struggling. That's kind of what was Jesus was implying. But he also said, "I do not desire mercy. I desire mercy, not sacrifice." It's really powerful, because he's saying, I want people to help each other and not like sacrifice, like, "Oh, this tax collector needs help. Nah, I'm not gonna do that." He's just like, it's a really bad example actually, but super bad example on my part, but anyways, yeah, there's a lot of like controversy with the tax collectors back then in Israel. But let's also talk about Ephesians, how he told a lot of like teachers, evangelists, priests to like make service to people. But yeah, I think that's all for today, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't get the reading of the gospel yesterday, but I'm gonna make sure that never happens again. So, see you guys next time.